Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, family, and welcome to Love My Kidneys. Love My Kidneys. We thank you once again for tuning in with us. As you know, this is a show about health and wellness as my wife is dealing with and healing from. She's healing from kidney failure. She's healing from kidney failure, brothers and sisters. And this is one reason that we do this show every week. We do this show every week so that, number one, we can inspire, we can educate, we can elevate those who may be going through the same thing. But whatever ailments you may be going through, what we're showing you is how you can go through it with the right spirit, with the right heart, with the right mind, and how you can, by God's grace, overcome. Now, that is what this show is about. For those that are dealing with health challenges, for those that are dealing with um, different types of health challenges, just challenges in life, period, then this is a place for you. My wife, like we've been dealing with this now for about 5 years on dialysis for right at about a year right now, and we are in the process of healing. And we're using several different modalities to do that, along with, of course, home hemo. Actually, we're going to get into today. We're going to actually go through doing some of the setup, showing you the setup, how it goes, how we actually go through the process of getting things set up for a treatment. We're actually going to be doing that today. But before we get started, brothers and sisters, we want to, of course, start with the theme music. And that theme music is made by yours truly, your brother, Carthrell Muhammad, aka Dawu. I made that right there, and that is our beautiful theme music. I'm gonna turn it down because, as always, we got something that we want to actually ask each and every one of us to support. Well, first, we would like to ask that you would, if you haven't already, actually get your subscription to the Final Call newspaper. The Final Call newspaper, the baddest newspaper in the whole land. I'm telling you, life saving, life changing news that you can use. Well, how do I know? Because it changed my life almost 30 years ago. Brothers and sisters, if you do not have your digital subscription to the Final Call, then we're asking that you would get it. And you can do that simply by going to www.finalcalldigital.com. That's right, finalcalldigital.com. Or the Muslims is back out on the street, family. We back out on the street. We may be knocking at a door near you. That's right. We may be knocking at a door near you. If you're in the Tucson, Arizona area, your brother, Carthrell, and my wonderful son, Jami, we will be honored to get you that paper every time that it comes out. That's right. Because you should have the final call in your home. You should have the final call in your home because there's always timely articles by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, articles about how to eat to live, what's going on with the black community, not just in America, but all around the world, brothers and sisters. That is the power of the final call. It has a national and an international perspective. Always have, even when it was the Muhammad Speaks. And we thank Allah for the final call. We thank Allah for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan for restarting the Final Call newspaper. So if you know any Muslims in your area, you know any Muslims in your area, brothers and sisters, this is a good time to adopt a Muslim. That's right, adopt a Muslim so that you can get that paper every week delivered to you. That's right, hand to hand, friend to friend, right? That's what we want to do. But if you don't know any Muslims, that's all right. You can go to where we said www.finalcalldigital.com, finalcalldigital.com, and get that newspaper delivered to your phone, your tablet, your computer every week. So, along with that, brothers and sisters, in an hour like this, you know that we need divine guidance. And we offer to you the life giving, life saving teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad as taught by the Honorable Minister Lord Farrakhan. We definitely want you to get your lectures to inspire and transform your life from store.finalcall.com. That's right, store.finalcall.com. If you want that more personal touch, give a call to 773-602-1230. Let them know some things that you may be dealing with. I can almost guarantee that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has done a lecture that thing. So once again, you can call 773-602-1230. Let them know Brother Carthrell, Sister Natalie, Brother Jami sent you. All right, let them know that we finalcall.com. And lastly, brothers and sisters, we ask that you would support us because we are in the process of building the Love My Kidney Foundation, and everything that you do to support us helps us to further that journey. Love My Kidney Foundation is a foundation that will help others access different healing modalities that they may not be able to access with their health care. We're talking about Qigong. We're talking about acupuncture. We're talking about acupressure and other things that we will find along the way. We want to make those things accessible. We're in the beginning stages, actually getting in the development of the 501c3. If you'd like to do that and help us, we got several ways you can do that. You can actually either cash app at the Queen of Rap 19, or you can support our online store at www.etsy.com/shop/Nafeezah, NafeezahAli, Nafeezah Ali. That's right. /Nafeezah Ali. We got holistic healing jewelry. There we have personal care items and much, much more, brothers and sisters. We got a lot of things over there. And lastly, you can support our podcast as well. You can actually support that every month if you would like, as little as 99 cents. Whatever you want, a way that you want to help us. If you got another way that you want to help us, brothers and sisters, feel free to inbox us here and Love My Kidneys. Well, brothers and sisters, that is about all for the things that we want you to support. So we're going to turn that music down and we're going to actually get ready to get into the crux of our program. So it gives me great honor, great privilege to bring to you once again my beloved wife, my friend. I mean that. My wife, my friend, my partner in life, Sister Nafeezah Ali, Sister Natalie Muhammad. I love her, and here she is.
Assalamu alaikum, family, friend. Everybody is wonderful. Everybody is doing well. And in your struggle, you still find happiness. Regardless of what it is that you're going through, somebody got it a whole lot worse than you. So let's be grateful for where we are. So again, welcome to Love My Kidneys. This is our Thinking Thursday show. And of course, we're going to think today about how we go through the process of at home. Now, for those of you who are squeamish with blood, we're not going to go through the entire process, but we're not going to actually cannulate me, or as we say in the community, He's not gonna stick me with no needles. Okay, today we're just gonna show you kind of what it's like being at home and doing dialysis. So if you can kind of record this part while I talk about the setup, just hit go. Okay. So again, welcome. Praying that you all are well. Um, One of the things that we decided when we found out that it was important for us to go on dialysis because of the stage I was, we decided that we were going to do it at home. So we went through the training to be able to do it at home. Why I chose to be at home? Well, I actually started dialysis in November of last year, and we actually, I think, went through like 12 weeks total of training.
That's right.
And the reason I decided to be at home was, for one, I wanted to be in control of my health. I wanted to be um, in the know, in the, I didn't want to be in the center. The center, the first time I went to a dialysis center, I literally cried. I mean, I cried like a baby. I was hurt. I was like, Allah, I don't want to be in there. I don't want to do that. And by Allah's grace, it was 5 years before I had to actually go on dialysis from the time they diagnosed me to, when I actually started dialysis. It was 5 years. And that's one of the reasons we're starting Love My Kidneys Foundation. And the reason that we're starting Love My Kidney Foundation is because if I had the ability to go to naturopathic doctors during that time and using alternative medicines, we could have prevented this right here. I was able to hold it off for 5 years just by eating How to Eat to Live. Using that book by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad allowed me 5 years, fam, to go without anything extra. But if I was able to afford and if I knew about other modalities of, repairing the kidneys and helping the kidneys, then we could have stayed off of this. But this is where we are. And everybody, I understand, is at different stages. Everybody came to dialysis because of different reasons. Some is a cancerous kidney, some is they have cysts on their kidneys, some had to have their kidneys removed. And so all solutions is not for everyone, but there are some things that we can do to prevent it, which is why we're setting up Love My Kidney Foundation. You have entered into Love My Kidney Healing Center. Okay, this is our healing center. Right here we have Safi. Safi is our cleaner. That is a Swahili name for a cleaner. Okay, and my husband's going to walk you through this whole setup. But Safi does a lot of work. She gives me a lot of information, and I depend a lot on her to do her job well. And this is her foundation, which is we actually pull in water from the sink. There's a system inside of here that purifies the water, okay, and allow it to be used as dialysis to cleanse my blood. We have our supply center over here where we keep all of our supplies, most of our supplies. We actually have a lot. Being on home dialysis does require space, okay? We have maximized the space that we have. So we have a storage unit where we keep, some of the boxes for the rest of the supplies that we don't need every single day, and you don't want to see it, all the time. So this right here allows us to bring in the majority of what we need on a regular basis, but then we have an extra storage as well. Um, this one is probably more of the daily use. This just holds all the stuff, like band-aids and syringes and needles and things like that. And then the smaller one just gives us enough for the week, just kind of immediate. So we have that. And of course, we have our salt lamp, which helps to purify the air and the ions in the air to make sure this space is clean, to make sure this space is free from any negative ions. Okay, because when you're healing, you don't want any negativity in that environment. And I think that's one of the things about being in center. You have to deal with the nurses maybe not being in a good mood, the technicians. Then you got your other people that are there that are sick, and they may be in pain. They might have got infiltrated, and so they scream out. Unfortunately, we saw somebody die, and that was hard. That was just during training. And I can't even imagine doing this, for any long length of time and seeing that kind of pain on a regular basis. That's not good for your healing. That's discouraging. Not that people, don't pass away from this, but when you're going through your healing and you're constantly seeing people that are being overcome by their illness, that's not good for your healing process, right? So when you're at home, you have no knowledge of all of that that's going on. You're in your environment, right? You can bring the peace that you need into your environment. You can't see it, but don't worry about it. I do have some plants in the house. You got it? Okay. So we do have some plants, because we want to bring that life. We want to see some life. We want to see something living, right? We got to bring that indoors. So if you don't have any plants or flowers in your home, you should have that. That would help you because you're seeing life. You're seeing something grow. Plants get babies on it all the time. So you're always seeing that growth and development. All right. So over here, you want to come a little bit closer. All right. So over here, we have a few things. We have our mask because when we deal with open, we call it the buttonhole, and I'll show you, my arm in a moment. But we wear a mask to make sure that we prevent any kind of infection. This area is sterile. Okay, this area is cleansed down with bleach. I know we don't like to use bleach, but bleach is one of them things that really cleans and disinfects. And so we don't use a whole lot, but we do use bleach. Okay. We do have some Myers, which is also a disinfectant that we use on things as well. Um, but anyway, so we have the face mask. This right here is called a tourniquet. And whenever you go to give blood, they put one of these things on your arm, and they usually tie it, but it's not easy for us to tie it. So we use these little scissors to just kind of hold it. Let's see. We pull it, and then we are able to clamp it, and so it holds it in place while my husband um, cannulates me, which in our community we say, "Stick me with the needle." All right, and these are the needles. Um, we use two because I have two buttonholes, right? One for taking the blood out, and the other for bringing the blood back into the body. Okay, and Safi is the one that handles that, and my husband's going to walk you through that whole process in just a moment. I just want to give you these, overall what it is that we do. So once we get the needles into the arm and we're ready to get started with the machine, I always cleanse the blood with a little bit of saline, and so we use the syringes for that, and that allows us to know that the buttonhole is clear, and that we shouldn't have any problems with blockages ending up with infiltration. Infiltration is when the needle is not properly placed inside the vein, and it causes the blood flow to go outside of the vein, and then you got blood in your arm and it swells up, and it's happened to me twice. Once while I was in training, and once while we were at home. Because it happened to us at home, we do this every time. They don't teach you, during training that you have to, cleanse, get the saline and flush it. but we do it every time because we don't ever want that to happen. That was not nice. Okay. And it was nobody's fault. You just, it's one of those things that when you're on dialysis, it's stuff that happens, and you want to prevent it as much as possible. So that's for that. As you can see around me, I have my family's picture, which is encouraging every day because these are two great men that God has put in my life and put on this planet. And I am grateful and I enjoy looking at them. And I have my Ramadan Mubarak still on the wall because, it's always Ramadan if you're in the right mind, you know. And we want to be reminded of prayer and beauty and things of that nature. So I keep that in my environment. Here we have our tapestry. I love my tapestry. It's very beautiful and it makes me happy. It brings me joy. So I like this in my environment. It actually feels nice too. Um, and then we have here, let's move this. We're not going to use that. Okay. So, uh, okay. All right. So here what we have is, okay, I take my temperature. I have to take my temperature. I take my blood pressure every 30 minutes. Um, you probably got y'all way too close to me. But okay, this is the blood pressure machine that I chose. It's actually one that it's a cup and it goes on my upper arm, right? And so I'm not attached to that string, the one you get from Walmart. I'm not attached to that string because I got needles in this arm and I just felt like I was just tied to this chair. So this allows me a little bit more freedom, right? The only problem with this is when it's on my arm, I have to push this button. So my husband and my son have to come every 30 minutes and push my buttons. Fortunately, this one doesn't irritate me. So we're all good. But that's the blood pressure machine that I use. And then we have this machine. This comes with the with Safi. It actually communicates with the machine to let me know exactly where my numbers are.
That's an iPad.
It is an iPad. See that apple. We like apple around here. Apples are good. Apples are a healthy food, so we like apples. um, but we're not really promoting apple like that because they're not paying us yet. So anywho, this machine, this iPad actually communicates with the machine. So everything that the machine is reading that's going on with my numbers, this little thingy right here records it. Okay, and that's really good because from here it's a bit of a distance, so I can't see. And I told y'all I like to be in control of everything that's going on with my health. So this allows me to stay in control of what's going on with that machine. If my one of my pressures go too low, then it'll tell me that my pressure is low, and then I can tell my husband, "Oh, honey, we got to do this," or just let him know it's low, and then he knows what to do in order to make any adjustments that need to be adjusted. So this right here for home hemo, oh, it's awesome. It's definitely been great for us, but keeping right along with our healing, we have our aromatherapy. So not only do things have to be visually beautiful, but also, and you can do whatever you want with your space. If you decide on home hemo, this one it changes colors, right? And right now he has some cedarwood in here, along with some lemongrass.
Cedarwood, um, rosemary, peppermint, and eucalyptus.
So it's a really nice aroma. Of course, you put in it what it is, whatever scents that you would like. You might not like all of them together. For me, for it you smell each of them individually. How that happens, I don't know, but I do. I can smell them. And this is the brand that we use, right? And I really like this one. If you can see this really nice box, it's a wooden box, actually box.
don't know, I think it's
Okay, we're gonna let you all see it over there. You all probably didn't get to see all of the details. Um, Actually, honey, I think they just see. Okay, well, we're recording it, and we're actually gonna put
oh,
it
they
on the
see it.
page. I don't know if they can see like all of the details of the things that we were talking about over here, but we will. We're recording it, okay? So we're gonna make sure that you're able to see it. We'll put the other video where you can visually see everything. I know you can hear me good, but just to make sure that you're able to see. We talked about the aromatherapy, which
This uses the water,
right.
steam, um, the essential oils.
Hmm.
So it's not a burner. It actually uses the steam.
Right. I don't know if you all can see this. I'll hold it up for you. Can they see me, baby?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So this one, and I mean, it was really inexpensive, but it's a not an air purifier. Is it an air purifier or it
Why
releases
not
this
that?
little steam
Yeah, you can't really see the
humidifier?
steam. Yeah, it's not a humidifier. It's a I forget what they call it, but basically it uses the steam from the water
Right.
to actually push up the smell of the essential
Essential
oils.
oils. So we use essential oils, and these are really, really nice because they're a very high grade. I thought they were food grade, but they're not food grade. But they are. Okay. All right. So anyway, that is that. We're going to go ahead and get started with the machine so that you all can see exactly what we go through in setting up the machine. If you have any questions, we're not really right there at the machine at the computer, but put your questions in, and we'll definitely get back to you. So DM us or put them in this chat, and we'll be able to come back and expound a little bit more on something that you may have a question about. Okay. Okay.
All right, now
So,
I'm gonna actually turn it where we can see. You just turn it now, camera.
okay. So, can you do that? Can you go from that side? Okay. So I'm gonna come over here and kind of tilt so that you all can see Mr. Muhammad get ready to work with Safi. All right, honey. So go right ahead.
All right.
I got
So
you.
basically, when you start this, we're not giving you the deep detail stuff. I've been down so everybody can see. When you start with the machine, first thing that you want to do is you want to open it up and then actually turn it on. Because if you turn it on without opening it, you're gonna get an alarm, and you don't want that. Now, this here is called your cartridge. This is called your cartridge, and this cartridge actually is serves like a kidney. It serves like a kidney. It actually goes in and cleanses the blood. It comes through here. So this is kind of what it looks like. So you all can see here. This part is the part that I'm talking about that serves like a kidney. The blood flows through here and it actually cleanses in these filters right in here. All right. So the first thing we do is we actually go through here and we take these little tabs off. And these tabs remind us one thing is to twist. You gotta twist and make sure that all of these connections are tight so that they won't fall off, fall on the floor. Those are reminders. Okay? Those are reminders. Now they got little paper tape on here that you're gonna pull off as well, like that. Okay,
Yeah, one more.
one more, right? And I actually got another one down here like that. So now the way you're gonna know that you're doing it correctly in the right direction, I'm gonna bring it in close. You all might could see that smiley face.
Oh, right here.
Right there. That lets us know that we're actually doing it right. That it's the right direction when it's pointed like that. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna hold all these wires. We're gonna hold all these wires for this off. And then we're gonna actually go in and put the cartridge in.
So the cartridge actually goes inside of Safi, and there's spaces inside of there that it connects inside.
All right. So then once we get the cartridge in, we close the door and we connect the line. Like you said, we're gonna kind of go now this is the saline bag right here. This is what is utilized to actually help clean the blood too. So
I don't think we need to plug it in. Just show them
right.
how.
So right. So you do it like that, and then you got a little piece that it hangs on over here like this. Now we're not gonna actually put it in, but so you all can see, this little part is like a needle right here. This is like a little needle, and it would actually go like right here. It goes right here where this is at. You twist this off, you put that in there, and then it hangs up there, and that's how the fluid actually gets to flow through the machine. Okay? So what we're gonna do today though, that will be actually something that you can see, is we're gonna make a batch. We're gonna call a batch because it requires for a liquid called dialysate, and you have to make a batch of dialysate every 2 days. Every 2 days, you get two treatments out of right, or two treatments. Every two treatments, you get that. So
down a little bit so you all can see that.
now I'm gonna kind of open this so you go.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's
see.
Good.
Okay, so right here, that sound right there is just letting me know, basically, that it's time to get the batch ready.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
How easy is it to set everything up? I mean, does the machine kind of walk you through that?
No, you have to know this step. And Donna and Janet were very essential in letting me know how to set this machine up. Go through each step, tell you exactly what you're gonna look at. Now it will scream at you and let you know when you're doing something wrong, but it ain't gonna let you know that you're doing it right. You have to know this process. That's part of the training. That you actually have to learn it so that you can do it when you get home. So you open this here, this dialysate bag. You open this bag and you're gonna actually lay it down in the machine. You all won't be able to see this part. You're gonna lay it down in the machine, and once you lay it down in the machine, you're gonna actually make all of your connections to these lines that's here, and I'll try to show you the lines at least. So once you fold it down, once you lay it down, it's gonna have a little sticker pointing towards you. So you're gonna just unfold each part and pull that to the back of the this box. This is what do they call this part?
It's not a tray or a
No.
container or yeah.
The machine itself. Well, anyway, basically this is what makes the dialysate for you and pulls the fluid and everything. So what you're gonna do is telling me now is letting me know that I need to open the machine up. If you can see that, it's letting me know I need to open the machine up and actually go ahead and get ready to get my sack started.
Now all of this is a what they call it aseptic.
Right, meaning I've already cleaned my hands and all of that, and you don't wanna be touching on a bunch of stuff. And as you can see, if you can, you got everything got a cap on it. It's making sure that it remains sturdy.
Yes.
So these little chicken feet, that's what they call it. These little chicken feet, these are the connections that connect to the dialysate bag up there. The saline bag, sorry. Saline bag. Okay. So now what you do is there's still little slots that the lines go into in the machine.
Right.
And so you put everything in this slot, and then the actual tube part of it goes inside of this little cartridge bin here. Okay? And now what we're gonna do, because you gotta lay everything out right in its place. This little yellow line right here, you have to lay straight down or it won't close. The blue line, again, it has to come straight down too, or it won't close. So now we got all that in there. Make sure we right. Okay. Now you heard that snap. So that's letting us know, okay, then it's gonna give me the thing, close the door. It knows that everything has been put in there and it's in there right. So the next thing you're gonna actually take this little blue line.
Can I say this?
Go ahead.
Normally he would have his gloves on, but we're not actually going to use.
Right.
We are going to use that sack. So
yeah.
you want to put your gloves on.
Yeah.
I'm not doing my treatment today, but we are setting it up so that I can do my treatment tomorrow.
I will go ahead and put my gloves on.
Right.
So
because at the end
I normally do that.
Right. Yeah. Normally he does.
My gloves on already. So.
Right. He does. He wears his gloves because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that I don't get infected. Right. So.
And so normally too, so you all can see, we would actually go ahead and have our mask on.
You got it on backwards.
Okay, we have our mask on too, so that we're not breathing our air into the machine, into where this is going.
Right.
So now, like I said, you're gonna take this blue line along with this orange line. Go ahead, open that cap. Don't touch it. So you gotta kind of keep that like that. Untwist the little thing here. Put that down on here like that. So that connection is now made. Okay, so the blue and the orange, it goes together. It's connected to the machine. So now we're gonna go with the other blue. This is the long blue line. Okay, and that blue is gonna actually go to this smaller blue line. Okay, so we're gonna actually take this off of here. Then we can take the cap off of this one and we'll screw it, we'll turn it on. So now we make sure all of those, they got little clamps are open. All the blue is open. All the orange is open. Now these little green you may can or cannot see. This little green here, you actually pull this down, pull that, pull this part off. So it can slide straight down on there. And again, you're gonna take it's two of those, so you're gonna do repeat the same thing again on the other side, like that. So now you're gonna go ahead and unfold the bag. I like to put all my lines outside so that way it doesn't get uh, squished or anything like that. I just put all my lines outside of the little batch box. That's what I call it. So, okay, we got that in. So we can actually close the drawer. It's telling me to connect the line, which I did. So I hit go, green. Now it begins to go ahead and go through the test. And basically what it's doing is making sure the water pressure is right. It's making sure the water is pure enough. If this was a new batch, we would have actually had to test. We would have actually had to test the dialysate batch first,
Right.
to make sure that it was clean. Okay. So it's just letting us know it's kind of going through. And here is you're gonna wait for it to tell you that it's making the batch. It actually takes about 6 hours to make this batch. That's why you normally do it the day before. You actually do it the day before or early in the morning if you know you're treating in the afternoon. So it goes through its testing. This machine is very, very sophisticated and it knows exactly how it everything should be. It knows how everything should be.
Right.
As far as the water pressure, it actually even has in here the blue light to cleanse the water as it's going through from the sink. So they came up with everything for this.
Right.
I personally thank Allah for those who came up with this machine and those who came up with this whole process because it enabled us to do what we're doing right now. So again, it takes 6 hours, but I just want to get to the point where it lets me know that the batch is going to get ready to be made and I don't get any alarms. Once that happens, then I usually kind of just close everything down and just let it do its job.
Right.
You know. And then from there, once this is set up, maybe next time we'll do it right before to kind of show you the maybe the cannulation, or you can see that on another video.
Right.
You don't have to see that with us, but we wanted to show you what it was like.
Right. So I'm not going to torture you guys with seeing me get cannulated or, as we say, stuck with the needle.
Right.
I pray that this has really been helpful, guys, to you. I wanted to just kind of show, the process, especially, for those that are dealing with um, kidney problems and kidney issues, and you have to be on a machine. You can see the big difference from doing it at home to doing it in the center. Now, the beauty of the center is somebody else is doing it. You don't have to worry about it. You can come in, you can lay back, and not worry about your numbers. But you have no control. They decide how much fluid to take off the body. Now, a lot of people in Love My Kidneys and chronic kidney disease, these are a couple of groups that I'm in, they complain a lot about the nurses taking so much off, so much fluid off the body. Well, when I'm at home, I'm able to decide how much fluid I take off my body, right? If I know, like I recently had some issues with the iron that I took. Anybody that knows anything about iron, it definitely prevents you from cleansing, right? So you're holding on to it, unfortunately. That becomes weight. But if I was in center, they may say, "Oh no, that's fluid," and start pulling all this fluid off the body. Well, when you become dehydrated, you're not allowing your kidneys to function properly. Your kidneys, if you're still producing urine, your kidneys are still functioning. They may not be 100%, but they are still functioning. Well, when you're dehydrated, not only are you not giving them anything to do, but you're robbing them of the fluid that they need in order to work. Okay? So we don't want to be dehydrated. But you are still can be empowered at the hospital. At the clinic or in center. You just got to let people know, what you will accept and what you will not accept. Talk with your doctor. Be very, strong because at the end of the day, this is your body and you get the final decision as to what is best for you and your body, right? You know, um, as you go through this process, as you become empowered with your health, then you know what you will and will not do. Well, I know for me, I'm not taking no vaccine. That's like not even on the agenda of anything that I'm going to do. I'm not, and I have not taken no flu shot, no pneumonia shot, none of that. Because when we strive to eat a healthy lifestyle, your body will work with you, right? If you work with your body will work with you. And that is a true statement. A lot of people, you have many different kinds, but definitely you have those that are active on dialysis and those who are sitting around waiting to die. And they just do dialysis and they can't do nothing else. But when you start thinking on a positive level, when you start eating healthier food, organic food, stop putting things in the body that's causing extreme amount of toxins. You know, um, you all hear me talk a lot about the meat. They pump that meat with so many hormones, so many chemicals to get them to the market really quick to fatten them up. And then now we ingest those same chemicals, it's going to do the same to us. So the more that we take that kind of stuff out of our diet, eliminate as much of the toxins as we can. Try to get organic fruits and vegetables. Use more fruits and vegetables. My naturopathic doctor, Dr. Akili, said it's all right to have just fruit for dinner, right? Because fruit is a cleanser. It helps to cleanse the body. Vegetables build the body up, but fruit cleanses the body. So the more that we do to help our bodies in the process, taking control of our health, then and having a positive attitude. Remember what I said about opening up your windows and letting some sunlight come in, or go outside and get some sunlight. Turn some music on. My husband, I love his music that he has created. It just makes me want to just listen to it and groove to it through the day, and that kind of thing helps your spirit. So if you got to be at home, and this is what I want to say, and then I'm going to, well, we got about 10 minutes, so I can actually put a lot in this little 10 minutes. With Love My Kidney Foundation, we want to create environments where people can come and do home dialysis. They've already gone through the training, but they can come to this particular location. This is the ultimate goal where they can come in and they can have an environment. We're going to have like themes. You may go to the Wakanda room. right? And Chichilla, my brother, is gonna be on the wall. Did I say his name right?
T'Challa.
T'Challa. We'll have pictures of him on the wall, right? We have some Black Panther in one room, and then we have maybe some Safari in another room, or we may just have the crystal room where you walk in and there's nothing but amethyst and crystals and malachite and all of those healing stones in that environment, right? Well, I always keep mine. Y'all see, I got on my earrings. I got on my amethyst earrings, right? Because I want to pull that positive energy into my environment. I have on my chakra bracelet, which is helping to align all that energy within my body. And then I have my quartz crystal. This is my starter. This is the one that allowed me to start getting all of that energy from stones. I keep that one in my pocket, right? Um, and so, these are the things that we want to do for our people that are on dialysis. We want to help them heal. If anybody believes that the body will heal itself, know that no matter what you're going through, your body can heal. Now, you may not be perfect, especially if your kidneys have been removed, right? But don't give up no hope. There are transplants that are, available. It takes time, or you may be able to find a donor that can give you a kidney if that will work for you in your life, right? But you still gonna have to take care of that kidney. You still got to take care of this body. You can't get somebody else's kidney and start eating, cheeseburger, pizza, and French fries, and think you're gonna maintain your health. You got to give that body what the body needs, and the body needs nutrition, fruits and vegetables, um, and navy beans. Got to have the navy bean. If I fail to mention that, and y'all don't know about the navy bean, then you're gonna have to hit up another one of my shows because the navy bean is such a vitally important bean to your health. So much nutrition in there, and once you decide to not eat meat, you're gonna need the protein, right? So the navy bean is definitely the bean that you want to have in your diet. You can do so much with it. You can go from bean pies to navy bean burgers, right? Bean soup. You can even have some
Dip,
bean dip.
bean
Oh yes,
burgers,
yes.
bean like a potato salad. Not it's not but like a bean salad, like potato salad is,
Well, you can
and
make hummus,
is hummus.
right?
Sister Landra, Landra Muhammad. She has a book on Amazon called Navy Beans More Than Bean Pie.
Right,
You can
absolutely.
actually get that book.
Right. So again, fam, this show was really about home hemodialysis and why we chose it, and just kind of to walk you through the process of what I go through, what my husband go through. We have to do this 5 days a week, right? And it's not an easy task, but my husband makes it doable, and my spirit helps him make it doable,
That's right.
right? So because we try to live in that positive realm on them high vibrations, as we go through what we go through, it doesn't seem as difficult as what we just showed you. It just becomes kind of second nature. You just, this got to be done. Now, to be honest, especially this last month with my back pain, well, he probably been doing it longer than that, but my husband does all of this every time, and he does it without complaint. And that is truly a beautiful man, a beautiful heart to do this for me. And just hit on this a little bit in relationships. Make sure, family, that before you get totally involved with somebody, that you all have discussed or you understand that this person has your best interest at heart. Because life journey, we've been married 12 years.
That's
This
right.
has only been the last five, this has been 6 years now. So half of our marriage, we've been dealing with me and, the health challenges that this relationship brought, not
That's right.
brought on, but, we've had to deal with in our relationship. If you don't have a partner, if you don't have somebody that's got your corner, even if it's your mom, you gotta have, we have to be good to one another because you never know when you need one another, and you want to have good people in your life so that if anything does happen, you got somebody in your corner. Um, and actually, we got our 1 year plan, our 5 year plan, our 10 year plan, but having that facility and raising money for Love My Kidney Foundation, that is going to be a really blessing for a lot of people. And that's my desire. That's what's in my head. I want to create these types of rooms and spaces where people can come and either stay, for maybe 6 months, to kind of go through a process of healing, helping them learn how to eat again, how to, put in that positive energy into their life, learning meditation, learning how to be good to themselves. This is what my desire is. It won't matter if you're Muslim, if you're Christian, if you don't believe in God, whatever. That's not my thought at all on that. The only thing I want to know is, do you want to heal? Do you want to be in a better place with your health? And are you willing to try alternative modalities to make that happen? Right? Because I know for me, if I had um, the information and the money and all of those other things that go along with holistic healing, I could have, I believe I could have prevented this. But I know that Allah allowed it so that I can come and share with you on how we can now prevent it or how we can come through it, or no matter what you're going through, we are the overcomers. God has already given us the victory. No matter what happens, fam, it's how you live your life. Minister Farrakhan is such a great example of someone who has endured pain, extreme pain. And we put his interview on the beginning of our show maybe about 2 weeks ago. You can go back and look at that with Don Lemon. Okay. That was the brother who interviewed him. But it's how you go through a thing. And yes, we get down sometimes. Sometimes we get frustrated because my back, I'm telling y'all, they call them muscle spasms. I was in serious, serious pain. And I was like, oh, Allah, I'm dealing with this, I'm dealing with that, and now my back hurt. I can barely stand up. It hurts to sit down, but I didn't complain about it. We just figured, okay, what are we going to do about it? So I've had 3 sessions of acupuncture, and that acupuncture is a slow process, which natural healing usually is because it's more long term. It actually gets to the root of the problem as opposed to medication, which is an immediate fix, but it's only taking care of symptoms. It's only fooling your mind, telling you you're not having any pain, right? So it manipulates things within the body as well, but it's more immediate because it's a chemical. But when you're working with the natural way of healing, it takes a little bit more time, and you have to be patient, through that process. But I tell you, today I feel so much better, along with the qigong that I'm doing, and the acupuncture and the body rubs, ointments, has really benefited me. And I tell you, I definitely feel better. So I pray that you all got something. If you had any questions for me, please ask, because we only have just 2 minutes. So if I don't get to them now, trust me, if you put them in the chat, we will go back and answer your questions, or you can always DM me about anything that I've shared with you, or anything about home dialysis and how you go about doing it. We're actually representatives also for the company that I go through, and we are
Cities.
Fresenius, correct. And so, we are able to come out to different um, hospitals, clinics, and talk with people about home hemodialysis if you like. So, with that, we're going to close out. I'm going to let my husband have the final remarks, but I do want to invite you to our 3 o'clock show. Of course, you all know. Again, it's Thinking Thursday, and we always thinking about some stuff over here.
That's
We
right.
try to live in a world of ideas.
That's right.
So at 3 o'clock, we're going to have the Queen of Rap,
Yeah.
which is me, Nafeezah Ali, and I will be actually working. He got some bling on.
Amethyst.
Yes. We're going to be talking about amethyst, the beautiful, beautiful purple stone, which are the earrings I'm wearing today. And as we discuss it and talk about it and its benefits, we're going to also do what I told y'all I was going to do. We're going to make a sterling silver wire wrapped amethyst bracelet. Okay. So I'm excited. This will kind of be my first time. This will be my first time making a sterling silver bracelet. Forever
Forever.
bracelet. Right, forever bracelet. This will be my first time. So you all come on in with me and let's have some fun making jewelry and talking about its benefits. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
All right. All right, family. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate your time always. We appreciate your time. We really do. Because you could have been anywhere else doing anything else. Whether you tuning in now or you tuning in later, we appreciate your time for being able to just watch this. If you heard anything valuable in it, if you are considering home dialysis, you again can direct message us here at Love My Kidneys to learn more about how you can actually, what it's like, how we do what we do, and anything that we can share with you, we'll definitely be willing to do that. Also, if you found anything valuable with what we said, sharing about this home hemodialysis today, please share it, especially with those who have been considering doing home hemo. It'll give them a clearer picture of what it's like, what it's going to take, to give them a clear picture of the benefits as well. So once again, and if they have any questions, they can direct message us here on Love My Kidneys on Facebook, and we'll be glad to answer those questions. And if you are in the medical profession and at a hospital, like my wife says, she is a representative of Fresenius Home Hemo, so she could come talk with your patients anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world, we can actually do that.
Because I can travel
We
with
can,
my machine.
yeah, that's right. We can travel with that machine. So if you would like to learn more about that, again, you can direct message us as well. And, we'll answer any questions that you may have to the best of our ability. As always, family, we thank you. We appreciate you. And, definitely want you to, continue to support us. We're going to continue to bring valuable content to you by the grace of Allah. But if you want to support us in this effort to build this Love My Kidney Foundation, you can do that. And Cash App, if you want to do that, that's $ the Queen of Rap, WRAP 19. The Queen of Rap 19 is actually scrolling across your screen. Or you can shop at our online store at Etsy. That's www.etsy.com/shop/Nafeezah, NafeeezahAli. Ali. That's right. That's Etsy.com/shop/Nafeezah Ali. Or if you want to support us on our podcast, there's a way you can do that. Just go to the podcast, click on there, and it'll say, hey, you want to make a monthly donation. You can do that for as little as 99 cents a month, $5, $10, whatever you want to give. All the proceeds, part of the proceeds that you do with what we have, you will actually go to help us build that foundation. So any help that you can give will be greatly appreciated. If you can't do any of that, that's okay. We thank you anyway. Just share with people you know. And if you're not following us on Love My Kidneys, if you found any value in what we're doing and saying, you can feel free to follow us here and let other people know about the page. Well, brothers and sisters, we thank you so much for tuning in. We thank you for your time. We thank you for your attention. That's going to wrap it up for today. But remember that we love you and there's nothing you can do about it, as our brother Jake said. There's nothing you can do about it. We love you. God loves you most of all. But along with that, as you already know, we want you to continue to let the spark in your mind create a new reality. All right, family. 3 o'clock, the queen of rap. We're going to talk about amethyst. We're going to actually go live on spot and make a beautiful piece. Sterling silver. It could be yours. I mean, the minute after she make it, it's available to you. All right, family. Assalamu alaikum.